Hello there everybody, Jason here again. Time for another one of my top 10 video games. This time I'm going to be doing the PlayStation 2, the blue box. Really good system, really good follow-up to the PlayStation. I remember I was for sure going to get it. I think I got it about half a year after it came out because, you know, when it came out it didn't have a whole lot of good launch games and it was kind of buggy and stuff. So I always wait a little bit to get new systems, let the buggy ones get out of the system, and then, you know, I never usually ever have a problem with systems. Just a word of advice. Don't always run out to the store, get it right when it gets released. You're going to get a buggy system, all that stuff. Wait a few months, you get a package deal and all that. But there's my top 10 games for the PlayStation 2. Start off with number 10 is Medal of Honor Frontline. I really love the Medal of Honor games for the original PlayStation. In fact, I think that made number 2 on my list for the PlayStation top 10. This one actually, I mean, graphics and everything better. Not as good as the originals were, but still a really good game. First-person shooter. I still, you know, kind of, that's all there is released nowadays. But back in the day, they were still a lot of fun. I kind of got tired of the whole first-person shooter thing, but you know, back then there's a lot of fun. Really good game, really good opening sequence with the storming of the beaches and everything like that. So number 10 on my list. Then number 9, Final Fantasy X, or Final Fantasy X, whatever you want to call it. Really good game, great graphics. I remember the storyline was kind of goofy, but you know, that's just the way it goes. I don't really care about storylines sometimes, but the battle system, the way you build your character, and everything, and you know, really fun game. Probably my 3rd or 4th favorite Final Fantasy game. Kind of last one I really got into too. I didn't like the sequel, Final Fantasy X2. I didn't like that at all, but this was a really good game. I really like that side game too, the sports thing. I think I played that more than the original story or whatever, but I ended up passing it. Really good game. Yeah, probably the last Final Fantasy game I really got into. Really good game. Number 9. Number 8, I got Burnout 2 Point of Impact. There was a Burnout 3, which I liked a lot, but the Burnout 2 was, you know, the first one I tried, and the racing stuff was really cool, and of course the crashes. If you haven't played this game, boy, it's a lot of fun. You just crash, you try to destroy as many things as possible, you get points for it. Whole lot of fun, great game, which is why it is number 8. Now, number 7 here, I had to go with, you know, there was a million Guitar Heroes rock bands that were released for the system, and I really got into it. I was really good at the guitar stuff. So I could have picked Guitar Hero 2 or Guitar Hero the original, even Guitar Hero 3, but I went with Rock Band, which I guess I kind of like a lot of the songs on here. This is the one that I'll probably put in and play the most when I feel like playing a guitar game. The fact that you could actually play the drums and everything too, and the bass, and you know, there had to be one of these type of games on it. Now the Guitar Hero thing is kind of all outplayed. No one really cares about it, but at the time when it came out, it was really cool, and this one's probably my favorite out of all the music-based games, so that's why that one's on the list. And we get up to number 6, which is a Road Kill. Kind of a cross between Grand Theft Auto and Twisted Metal, if you never played it. That's the best way to describe it, really. It's a lot of fun. Go around in a car, do missions like you do in Grand Theft Auto, but you never really get out of the car. So it's more like it's like a Twisted Metal with combat and everything. Really cool game. I remember I passed it. I couldn't really put it down. I kept coming back to it. Very adult, a lot of gruesome stuff and everything. Don't let your kids play it. I don't let my kids play it, but it's a really fun game, number 6. If you've never played it, play it. And then middle of the pack, we're going to go with, well, I don't know what other people think of this, but Castlevania Lament of Innocence. I remember it got reviewed. A lot of people didn't like it. I really love this game. I like this one better than the other Castlevania games released for the PlayStation 2. I don't know what people didn't like about it, but I love this game. I couldn't put it down. I went all the way to the ending. The graphics and everything were just fantastic. The music, really good 3D Castlevania games, which are kind of hard to find good ones. This is a good one, regardless of what people say. You should give it a try. It's a lot of fun. That's why it's on my list at number 5. Number 4 is, well, it was my number 1 game for the PlayStation, but here it's number 4. It's Twisted Metal Black. Twisted Metal 2 was my number 1 for PlayStation. This was actually the first game I bought for the system because I love Twisted Metal so much. I knew this was this, and I got Half-Life, I think, were the first 2 games I got. And this one was a little tougher, but just more challenging once you figure out how to, you know, defeat the other enemies and learn their patterns and everything. It's just so much fun. I passed every single character, every single playable character I passed the game with, and I think that's true with all Twisted Metal games. I really love Twisted Metal. I think this is the last one I actually played, because I don't have a PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation 4 or anything. But if you played any Twisted Metal, this is a tough one, but it's not impossible. It's just challenging. It's a lot of fun. Now these last 3 games could have kind of went in any order, so this one could have made number 1, but it falls at number 3 is Shadow of the Colossus. Now I think anybody who plays video games or at a PlayStation 2 knows about this. This is just a game of basically defeating bosses, but the bosses are just huge colossuses. And you have to figure out how to defeat each one. You have to climb them, you have to find the weak spot, you have to kill them. But this is one of those games where, you know, I grow fonder and fonder of it. I look back and I go, man, that was so awesome, defeating these big beasts, and the ending was so cool. Great ending. You've got to see it through, the story, the twists and everything. This is a great game. This could have made number 1, but it's going to fall at number 3 here just because it's kind of hard to put them all in order here. And then the number 2 here, we have Jak and Dexter, the first game, the Precursor Legacy, I believe it was called. This one I know is a lot like Super Mario 64. Stole a lot from it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I really like the story. I like the play mechanic. The world was amazing. You could see everywhere where you wanted to go in the game. Made it a lot of fun. Jak's 2 was a lot of fun too, but this one is the best of them, I think. And I don't think I've ever played Jak's 3, but the first one here, this is a great game. PlayStation 2 owners, if you don't have this, go pick it up, and you won't regret it. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like Mario 64. It's a lot like it. So great game, number 2. And number 1, of course, has to be, you know, just about everybody who has a PlayStation 2 has these games because they're so great, and I had to pick I couldn't pick just one, so I decided to go with the whole entire franchise. Of course, I'm talking about the SingStar process. I mean, come on, we're talking about SingStar Rocks, we got SingStar Pop, we got SingStar Country, we got SingStar Amped. I mean, you could just have endless fun when you're singing ABBA songs, and then you could go back and do the 90s and think, no, I don't give a crap about these. Of course, that's not number 1. You should know that by now if you've seen any of my other videos. Number 1 has to be Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Now, any 3 of the Grand Theft Autos could have been on here. Grand Theft Auto 3, of course, was the one that started it all. I think most people would probably pick San Andreas as number 1, but this one I like the most with the 80s vibe and everything, and this is actually the only one that I passed too, because Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was so big I never even passed it. But this one, yeah, I couldn't put it down. When it came out, I got it right away, and when my kids get a little older, I'll let them play it, but they're 11 and 9. I'm not going to let them play it, so a lot of fun. Of course, you know, it's Grand Theft Auto. There's really nothing much I have to say. It's a sandbox kind of a gameplay. Do whatever you want. Great game, adult game. Don't let your kids play it. That's why it made number 1. And all 3 of them could have been, but I just picked 1 out of the 3. This is the one I picked, probably my favorite of the 3. So that's my number 1. So that's my top 10 PlayStation 2 games. It's kind of hard to make that list because there's a lot of great games for the PlayStation 2. In fact, I have over on the shelf over here, well, you can't really see it, I got about 470 games. I haven't played them all, but I have played a lot of the PlayStation 2 games. So those are my top 10 favorite. Agree, disagree. Hope you liked the video. I got another one I'm going to do. I'm going to do the Sega CD next, which is a system that some people hate, some people love. I actually love it because you just got to stay away from the full motion video games, and there's a lot of fun games on that system. So I'll do that one next. Hope you enjoy it, and see you next video. Thanks for watching.